Alright, how's it going, friends? And welcome back to another Binding of Isaac Repentance mod showcase. Now, in yesterday's video, I did say I was gonna do it! And we're here, we're back, we're checking out retro style. Now, if you didn't see yesterday's video, I highly recommend that you do. But what this item does is it gives you bonus stats for every single time that you pick up a rebirth, afterbirth, or afterbirth plus item. Now, there are also specific items that have their own unique effects. Take, for example, 2020 here. We're starting with 2020 because, as you can see when we pick it up, there is no damage reduction stat applied to this item anymore, but only when you have the retro style hat on. We got a funny little hat on. What's there to complain about? It's fantastic. Now, there is quite a few items. I'm gonna roll this. No, there is quite a few items that have their own unique effects. I was going to play the Lost with this item. However, I did realize through checking the code and through a lot of manual testing that a lot of the items that have their own unique effects are actually going to be Devil Deal items. And the effect, which I'm not going to spoil, because I think it'll be more fun to see that when it happens. The effect only works when you're playing characters that have HP. So playing the Lost doesn't really make sense, so I decided to play Isaac instead. I know that we've been playing a lot of Isaac recently. I haven't been switching up the characters a whole lot. For that, I do apologize. But for this item specifically, I do think it's better to actually just play as regular Isaac. I could have played as one of the other characters, but I was kind of hoping to have a dice this run. And it's either regular Lost or Isaac for that one. Or Tainted Isaac, I guess, but I don't really want to be dropping items either. Now, yesterday's question of the day for you guys was a bit of a fun one. It was just, let me know a random fun fact about yourself. I love learning more about my wonderful, wonderful audience. Today's question of the day is a little bit of a different one. Today's question of the day is, what is something that you started doing as a kid? Maybe as like I don't know, a youngin' or like maybe a teenager, I guess, that you still do to this day. Now, for me, I have a bit of a weak example, but I have an example nonetheless. My example is that, well, I don't want that. I regularly, well, not semi-regularly, I wouldn't say all the time, but I've been known to do it pretty often, is I love going back and watching, I don't know if any of you guys have seen them. You guys might either be too old or too young for this age of, like, YouTube. But I tend to often go back and watch PewDiePie's RPG Maker horror video game series. He's got like he's got a bunch of them. He's got like probably like 10 or something. I can't. He's got a large amount of them. But I love those videos so much. That is one of my favorite genres of video games of all time. When I started uploading YouTube videos on this channel, I started uploading RPG Maker horror gameplays because I just love them so much. They are private at this point, I believe. I think I may have unprivated a couple of them. However, those are some of my favorite games of all time, so I like to go back and watch those. It is also kind of nostalgic, you know. I like to go back to a time before life was so complicated, and I was a big boy grown-up adult, but not really, because I play video games for a living. So I can't really complain now, can I? I will take that. That is pretty nice. You can also maybe list a question of the day that you're interested in asking the community, and who knows, maybe I'll pick a question of the day from our wonderful audience. But while you're down there, if you wouldn't mind pressing like on this video, it would really, really help me out a lot more than you might think. And you can always also subscribe if you're new here, because we are trying to hit 100,000 before the end of this year. And you can always change your mind later if you end up not enjoying the videos going down the road here. I'm really hoping that there's a key in here somewhere. Nope, everything needs keys to access. This is great. I love this. This is fantastic. I'm gonna put a golden bomb down in here. It's gonna blow up into a golden chest. I'm really glad I used that one key that I had on that golden chest. Oh my goodness gracious, man. This is not the start I was looking for, but that's fine. That is fine. Super secret tunnel. I can sleep in this, right? Hunkshu me. Wow, PogChamp. I think we go to the shop because we could probably buy a key in the shop, right? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Sadly, it is 4.5 volt. I don't really care about that. So I'm going to go to the item room really quick. Just see what it is. Probably save my roll just in case because... I believe that this is only going to give us the damage up while we are holding it. Yeah, because it removes the D6's damage up when we get rid of it. That sucks. So I think we will fight the boss first, just because that way we'll save our, we'll have our roll. And then if we end up not wanting to roll anything, we can always roll the item room. And if we do, we have that roll available to us, so not a problem. Ooh, a little bit of a 0.15 damage up. Not gonna complain about that. What do we got in here? Destruction and Azazel's Rage. Now, I'm not a fan of either of these, so I am gonna hit a reroll in here. And we got Lusty Blood and Fearful Entity. I actually like both of these items quite a bit, so I am going to take both of those. That does mean that we cannot... Oh, that sucks. It does mean that we cannot reroll our item room, but that is fine. And we'll make our way to the next floor here, my friends. Ooh, those are cool looking tears. What the heck? Oh, that's the Fear Aura, I think. Oh, I like that. I like the look of that. What the heck? That's awesome. That looks like Godhead, but like 10 million times cooler. What? Maybe it's because I'm so used to the graphic of Godhead. But I don't know, Godhead just seems a little kind of bland, a little bit boring to me, if you will. Am I the only one that thinks that? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. What do we got? Daddy Longlegs. That is just going to be a pickup. It's a 0.5 damage up, as well as it being Daddy Longlegs. Secret tunnel. Oh, it's Kirkle. Two of them, one of them is doped up, one of them is happy, one of them is crying, and one of them is dead. Oh my god. What did they do to you, man? What did they do to you? No, Kirkle! How could you do this to me, man? Look what they did to us. We were so happy. We were so happy here. Kirkle almost looks like my cat, man. Not quite, because my cat's more gray than black. I thought she was black when I went to go buy her, and then I showed up and she was gray. And I was like, wow, I don't, like, really care that much. You know, it doesn't really matter to me. It's just, it's a cat. You know, she's a cat, and I love her. So, like, it doesn't matter. Also, this Fear Shot item does produce black hearts, like 15% of the time when we kill enemies that are feared. That's insane. That's such a high chance to get black hearts. We're gonna be full HP in like no time at all. So I really like this item. Glad that we picked it up. And I didn't do anything for our stats with retro style, but that's fine. I don't mind that at all. We do still have a pretty substantial damage stat. Thank you to 2020 for not taking away our damage with that damage reduction. We did not get a Devil Deal, but we did get the box with Brainworm. Oh yeah, we have double trinket room. Yo, hold up a minute. Wait a flippin' minute, gamer. Wait a minute. Get it how you live it. I don't mind that. I kind of want the reverse tarot card. Okay, it's garbage, but that's fine. We'll roll these a little bit. Don't care about either of those. What do we got in here? The boomerang. The boomerang. I don't need that. I don't need either of those. We'll roll this again. A couple more times, maybe. Sharp plug. I'm gonna take it. It's a nice 0.5 damage up, as well as giving us our rolls. So, I don't know if I said that we would have the mod pack linked in the description, but I honestly, I mean, it's linked in the description of every video. You should know that by now. At this point, you should know that that's what's happening every time that we cover a mod pack. It's gonna be linked in the description, unless one of us can't find the mod pack anymore, like what happened with Scatty's item pack. Because that mod pack was, from what I can tell, deleted from the workshop. That was the one that had the whale that spawned, like, death certificates or something. It was a very cool mod pack. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of a shame that they removed it. But I don't know why they did. I'm not 100% sure. If anyone knows why that got removed, please enlighten me, because I'm really not aware. Got both rooms here. It's in here. No, we'll roll that. That's garbage. Anyways, thank you, but no thank you. There is also a special interaction with Restock. So I'm really hoping to get our hands on Restock this run. I'm also hoping to get our hands on probably Sin Robes, maybe Dead Cat. Brimstone would be huge. Though Brimstone is not going to be, you know, it's not a deal breaker if we don't get it. It's just extremely, extremely strong with Brimstone. Because Brimstone does indeed have a special effect with retro style, which I very much like. But sadly, the one item that I was hoping that it would have an interaction with, and it doesn't, is Sacred Heart. No special interaction with Sacred Heart. It's a big shame. They could have done something cool with that, man. But they didn't. Oh, there goes my found soul. Anyways, we're gonna roll this. You know what? I will take that. We have Sharp Plug. It's not a problem at all. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I was really hoping that there was gonna be a special interaction with Sacred Heart, but they decided to go for only Godhead instead. That was very surprising to me because, I don't know, I feel like Sacred Heart is such a staple item in this video game that not having it have its own special effect just seemed a little bit strange. But Godhead does share its unique effect with Succubus, actually, so I guess you couldn't call that necessarily unique, because, you know, if two things have it, then it's not nearly as unique. I don't know, does that still qualify as unique? I guess it is unique in a sense, because it's only 2 items out of how many? A lot. A lot. I will take that. It's nice damage up and a tier rate increase, and we're going to make our way to the next floor, my friends. Now, we haven't gotten a Devil Deal in a hot minute. It's been a few floors. Really hoping we can get our hands on one here. I don't know what my HP stat is at. I know it's not super, super high. I have a feeling it will get higher throughout this floor because of the Black Hearts spawning. I will say that. And then hopefully we can, you know, stack this up. Because then, if we get a Devil Deal, which we should, because our deal chance is quite well protected, we can use Sharp Plug to roll into something that we would like to get. Oh, hello. Oh, Judas's Shadow. Ooh. Take Dark Judas as a Red Heart character. Oh. Whoa, wait a minute. That sounds kind of cool. I'm going to roll this as well. I'm not really interested in this. That's just a nice damage up. I will take that. And maybe we do a little bit of this action. We take our own life just to get the double damage, or the damage multiplier. There we go. We're gonna respawn out here. So I believe we have red hearts as well as black hearts now. That's what I gathered from that informative blurb that was located on that item description there. I'm really hoping that that's what that means, because a red heart Dark Judas would be insane. That would be so good. That would be so strong. Like, what? That'd be very, very overpowered. The reason that he's black hearts only is to, you know, make sure that he's not super broken. And having him have red hearts is super broken. Look at how big his eyeballs are. Oh my god, can we get a close-up on that? Jesus Christmas, look at that guy. My god, man. Look like Jack the Ripper. You know, didn't they recently, like, confirm with, like, 100% certainty who Jack the Ripper was? Didn't that happen? I think that's a thing that happened recently, my friends. I believe that it was, some barber, I think. From, like, London. From the UK. From the UK, innit, brother? Some barber from the UK. Sorry, that's my very bad British accent. I think they did. I've been seeing a lot of new things that have been coming out, you know, with, there's been the Jack the Ripper stuff, and there was also, I believe somebody started deciphering, like, old ancient Roman scrolls from Pompeii, which was just kind of dope. I don't know how they did it. Sorry, my leg got itchy. I don't know how they did it, or, like, how it happened. But I don't really talk about it a lot, but I'm actually, like, a pretty big, like, history buff. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm, like, super knowledgeable, like, in that field, or, like, I'm some kind of know-it-all or anything. I don't know a lot. But I just think history, in general, as, like, a topic, was, like, super cool. That was one of my, like, first choices for, like, for schooling after, like, high school. And then I realized that most, like, people that, like, go to school for history, just, like, don't do anything of, like, too much value, because it's history. Like, it's history. You're gonna become a history professor, probably, or like, or like, I don't know, some type of, like, archaeologist or something. I mean, archaeology would be pretty cool. That's a pretty neat job. I do really like archaeology. I always get the archaeology, and then there's one other one. I always get the two of them the names for them mixed up with each other. But I'm blanking on the second one right now. I can't remember what the other one is. But archaeology was also something that I was quite interested in. I did think it was really, really interesting. I thought it was very cool. I guess we just fight the boss now, right? Yeah, we can take care of this guy. We got quite a bit of damage, so it shouldn't be a problem. And there you go, my friend. See you later. Mr. Dolly. Yeah, sure. Why not? Another little damage up. 1.39 damage. I'm not going to say no to that. No devil deals in here. I will open this up. We're getting our money back quite quickly. Love that. And let's make sure to not skip the cutscene so we can see what items we get in our item room. That was Mom's bra. And then was that Spider Baby? I think that was Spider Baby, which we don't care about either of those. So we'll be rolling that item room most definitely. But yeah, I'm really into history. I think history is, well, first of all, I think history is important because, you know, learn from history or you are doomed to repeat it, as they say. I'm kind of interested in like all types, you know, more recent, like World War I, World War II type stuff. But I'm also interested in like ancient history, but like by ancient I mean like, I don't know, like ancient Greece and stuff like that. I think it's all quite fascinating. I think it's all very, very, very cool, and I really like learning about that kind of stuff. I mean, I guess, does this apply to Found Soul? It doesn't, right? I don't think so. But we'll take it anyways. It's not a bad item to have. It's also only 15 cents, and we can kind of farm money right now. So why not? I think the first introduction I really got into history as like a topic was, believe it or not, like the Rick Riordan books when I was like a young kid. Does anyone remember? I think this is probably exclusive to like Canadians only. It might be a US thing too. I'm not actually 100% sure. I'll take this 0.5 damage. But I remember what are those called? Like the Scholastic like flyers where they would have a bunch of books and you could fill out a little form on the back of the flyer or like the back of the booklet, and you could order books and they would ship them to the school. That was awesome. I don't know if they still do that, but also the Scholastic like reading fair type thing. They had like a fair. It wasn't like a fair. It was like a little thing that they held in the library where you could buy books instead of having to, like you could buy books there instead of having to ship them. And they also sold like stupid stuff like scented highlighters and stuff like that. I know many people when I went to elementary school that would just, I mean, it was a small elementary school, right? They would just absolutely just yoink those scented highlighters and just walk out with them like they did not care. That's actually Spider Baby. Maybe we take this. It also has 0.5 damage. You know what? Let's just take it. We get Spider Baby. It's not horrible. But yeah, I know people that would just absolutely yoink those things. They would yoink the scented highlighters, the pencils. They just take whatever. They didn't care. I didn't. I'm an upstanding citizen, even in my youth. I would never steal. So messed up. How could you? How could you do that? I bought a couple. But, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I got introduced to, like Greek history was actually through, like, I know it's, like, fully embellished and all that fun stuff, but the books on, Percy Jackson, I read I can't remember the characters' names, but I read the ones about the Egyptian gods as well, like Ra and all that stuff. I think I read that one before the Greek ones. But I did those, and then I read some of I didn't finish them, I don't think. But I read some of the Roman ones as well. Man, I really, really enjoyed those books when I was a kid. I thought they were just absolutely fantastic. I thought they were so cool and so good. And I just had, it introduced me to like a whole new world. I was very into, I was super, super into reading when I was a kid. Even like when I was a teenager partly too. I just fell in love with it. It was like TV, but like better almost, because you could kind of immerse yourself in this world fully with like through the art. I skipped the cutscene. Damn it. I mean, yeah, we can just take this. Sure, it's 2 out of 3 can join. Oh no, it's 1 out of 3 can join. The Found Soul doesn't count. But with your imagination, I mean, you can just get so much more immersed in things like that. The only problem I found is that it kind of ruins some movies for you. Like, I read the Divergent series when I was a kid. I don't know if anybody knows what the Divergent series is or like anything about it. But I read that series as a kid. I thought it was fantastic, incredible. Don't know if I should have been reading it when I was like 10 or 11, because they had sexy time in that book like many, many times. But it was a fantastic read. I loved every second of it. I thought it was super good. And then they made the movies. And we don't talk about the Divergent movies. We don't talk about those. We don't mention them. We don't do that. Temporarily boost attack power based on coin drops in the room. Oh. Sure. That gives us a damage up based on how much money is on the floor? I don't really know how useful that is, but sure. Why not? But as I was saying... Oh, double Hierophant. That's kind of sick. Oh, hello. As I was saying, yeah, they totally botched the Divergent movies. I mean, even the Maze Runner movies, like, they just... I don't know if any of you guys have read Maze Runner, but I gotta tell you, man, they left out, like, 7 plot points from that movie. Or, like, from the book in that movie. Like, it was absolutely abhorrent. Like, it was so bad. And it made me mad. I got mad. I was like, what are we doing? A key judgment from a judgment card? Really? I think that's, like, I have almost never had that happen to me before. What? Oh, you know what? We can do... Oh, we can't do the boss trap. Damn it! Wow, that's my bad. But yeah, they botched the hell out of that movie, man. They left out so many major plot points, but that's what happens when you try to convert, you know, a super in-depth and detailed, like, novel into one movie. And there's 3 books, and they tried to do, like, 3 movies for 3 books. I don't even know if there is a 3rd movie for the 3rd book. But, like, it would have been so much better if they just did 2 movies for the 1st book. If they did, like, 2, 2, and 2. Like, I get that they, yeah, you know, they did that with Harry Potter. They did, like, you know, 1 movie for 1 book. I get that. They did it well. They did not do it well for Maze Runner. I gotta be honest. They really, really didn't. Twisted Pair actually doesn't give us any bonuses here, but I will still take that. Eye of Belial is also great. We could also take Lord of the Pit if we wanted to. You know what? Why not? Let's take Lord of the Pit as well. Sure. And we will go to the chest today. I think we went to the lamb the last couple. Quince, I will take Quince. That is a great item. But yeah, they did that with Harry Potter. I mean, I think they did it right. I haven't actually read all of the Harry Potter books. Not that I support the author of it in any way whatsoever. I think she's a piece of human garbage. But, I mean, the books are good. I do believe that there's a certain point where you can separate art from the artist. Or, like, separate somebody from their creative works. You know what I mean? I think there is a certain amount that you can do such a thing. But yeah, I never finished the Harry Potter books, but it doesn't seem like they've... Like, from what I could tell, it doesn't really seem like they left out, like, a large portion of it. I may be wrong. If you have read the books, and I am completely wrong, then let me know, and I do apologize. I have no idea. But I just remember that those 2 specifically being like, wow, you guys really, really biffed it on these ones. Like, they are just not good. And that's not even, like, a fault of the actors or anything. That was just a fault of, like, the script writing and just the misplacement of, you know, all these things and these plot points and these storylines. It just didn't make any sense. It was just so strange. I mean, they did Hunger Games relatively well. I do think Jennifer Lawrence did quite a fantastic job playing, like, Katniss Everdeen. You know, I will say, I did enjoy the Hunger Games movies. They weren't perfect. But for a novel-turned movie, I did think that they did quite a good job. Now, I might be in the minority there. I don't actually know. At least, like, the first 2 I thought were really good. The 3rd one, and, like, there's 2 of the 3rd ones, right? There's a 3rd and a 4th. I don't even think I've actually ever finished watching those. I know Moist Critical makes a cameo in one of them, which I think is quite funny. But I don't think I ever ended up finishing those. I've read all of the Hunger Games books, the original 3. I read those when I was, like, I don't know, like 11 or 12. Those were fantastic. I really, really enjoyed those. But I don't think I ever ended up finishing the movies for those. I will pick these up. I don't know if they're gonna be good. Greedy Bloodheart, no idea. And Betrayal. So, not really. But, whatever. It is what it is. Make our way to Hush. I'm not really commentating on the run as much. That is Mom's Eye and Guillotine, and that is Cube Baby and something else? I didn't know what the other item was. I have no idea. I could not tell what that was. What is it? Okay, that's Mom's Eye and Guillotine. I was hoping it was Mom's Contact, but that's fine. Oh, it's Prayer Card. I don't think I've ever seen that in the Dreamcatcher. It looked so strange. Why is this doing this? Is this from the Greedy Bloody Heart or whatever it's called? Yes, I think so. I will take this. It's a great item. I don't have restock. That's fine. I think I'll re-roll both of these item rooms. That sucks. And didn't mean to buy that, but that's fine. And I guess we'll re-roll this one. We have conjoined already, right? Yeah. I'll roll these. Wow! I guess I'll pick up Bum Friend? I don't know. Sure, why not? I can also do the J&E type beat here. Like that. Go like this. Hey! Super secret underground tunnel! Yay! Crystal Crawler. Double damage, wider laser. Okay. Okay, let's go. Hell yeah, dude. I love that. I'll touch this for Bookworm Progress. Other than that, I don't care. Maybe we open up a couple of these. We can actually open up all 4 now. We got super unlucky with the key drops from that. That's a bit of a shame. But we are ready to fight Hush. And here's to hoping that this Crystal Crawler puts in the work and does some flippin' damage to this bad boy. When Hush's hitbox becomes massive, he should be dealing a lot of damage for us. But we also deal a pretty substantial amount of damage. So this should be a pretty quick Hush fight. There was also another book that I read when I was like 13. I think it was like... I believe I borrowed it from... because my teacher at the time had like a bunch of books that he just like kept in the classroom so like anybody could read it, right? And there was one that he wouldn't let us read until we were... Because I had the same teacher for like 3 years, from like year 5 to year 7. So 5, 6, 7. There was one book, or like one section of books that we weren't allowed to read until we were year 7. Because they had like more adult themes, or like more mature themes. And I can't remember the name of it. You know what? Let me look it up. Okay, so I looked it up, and my memory's better than I thought it was. It was a book called Little Brother. I don't remember the plot points, like, super well. I remember that homeboy was boinking, like, mad crazy, in that book. Which is, like, looking back on it, that's why we weren't allowed to read it until we were, you know, about to go into, like, high school. It makes sense. It makes sense. But I remember that book being very, very good as well. This is all just to say, you know, don't, like, give, like, novels some more credit, boys. I know we all be, like, watching television and, like, letting our brains rot, but I gotta tell you, some of the best things I've ever experienced, or, like, the best, like, creative experiences I've had have been from novels. Not from, like, television, not from movies, not from any of this stuff. It's all been from books, man. I love books. I haven't read any in the last, like, few years, and it's, you know, it's something I definitely got to get back into. Wow, these are all insane. Hello, what? It's definitely something I have to get back into, but I gotta tell you, man, it's some of my best experiences. You know, I used to have, like, a tiny little lamp next to my bed for when I wanted to, like, read late at night. You know, I think I've said this story, but I never mentioned this part. Is one night I was reading in bed. I think I was like 15, maybe 16. I was reading in bed. This would have been at, like, my old house. When I was a teenager. Well, because I was 15. I mean, it makes sense, right? As a teenager, I was 15. I digress. I was reading in bed. It had to have been like 11:30 at night or something like that. And I can't remember exactly what I was reading, but I was very engrossed. And then I remember just outside of my window, just hearing this massive, like, boom, like an explosion. And I was like, whoa! the hell is that? Like, it was like a Monday at like 11:30 p.m. And I was like, what the hell? What is exploding? And I opened my window, and someone had blown up a car outside of my house. I've definitely talked about that part before, but my God, man, it was crazy. We had to, like, call the cops and everything. The whole neighborhood was outside. I was like, dude, what is going on here, man? I lived in, like, it wasn't the nicest part of town. It wasn't, like, as bad as locals say it is, most definitely, but it wasn't, like, the high end. You know, I've never lived in, like, you know, northwest Vancouver, okay? I'm not that kind of person, you know. I definitely didn't grow up with the old silver spoon in my mouth, you know what I'm saying? I definitely was what's the word I'm looking for? I was definitely, like, you know, privileged, but the only reason that I would say that I was privileged is because my parents worked so hard in order to give us, like, some things that we wanted. You know? My pops was working, like, 16-hour days when I was a kid, you know what I mean? He was just slaving away the 9-to-5 grind, and look at me sitting here playing video games for a living like a loser. Being what other people would call a deadbeat. Making money off the corporations, off advertising. Hell yeah, brother. Fight the power, man. You know, it is a big thank you to you guys. I mean, without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this for a living. So, I mean, it's all because of you guys. So, at the end of the day, I mean, I say it a lot, but I feel like I never say it enough. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do what it is that I do. Granted, if I didn't make a living from this, I would definitely still do it. You know, it wouldn't be my job. I would be doing it purely out of enjoyment. But even having the option to do, like, the option to do this for a living is just... You know, when I was like a little kid, or like even like a teenager, you know, I didn't think something like this would ever be in the cards for me. So it's a crazy thing to think about. You know, I talk about it every, like, third video. I'm so sorry. I sound like a broken record, don't I? But I don't know. I've seen creators be unappreciative or unappreciative. I think it's the first one. I don't know. I've seen creators be like that with their audiences and stuff, you know, and be like, you know, I did all this myself, blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, you did work hard, but you know, you got to give credit where credit is due. I mean, you wouldn't be here if people weren't watching and supporting. You know, oh, here's Delirium. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, you know, you wouldn't be doing what you love for a living if people didn't support you. It's just as much... What I'm saying is it's just as much on me as it is on you guys. You know? And also the other people who make it happen. I mean, my friends who stream, my wonderful editor, shout out to you. Give a bow. And, you know, all the people in my life who support me. There's so many things that go into something like this, right? It's not just a one-man show, ever. Well, okay, it could be, but it's not. You know? If I didn't have the support that I did, or, like, from, you know, my audience and also from the people who care about me, I probably would have, you know, given up on the whole full-time shtick, like, 6 months ago. Honestly. But I've got so much support in my corner. Oh, there goes Delirium. And, you know, I feel very blessed. I feel very good. And I feel very blessed. And I feel very happy. We look creepy as hell. Look at our face, dude. Oh my god. We look creepy as hell. What the hell, boy? Yeah, I feel very blessed. And I'm just very happy to be able to bring these videos to you guys every single damn day. What is Devil's t-shirt? No, I want to see what it is. Stop giving me stuff. I don't want it. Items are always treated as coming from the Devil Room item pool. 2% chance of actually replacing it with the Devil Room item pool item. What? Oh, so they always cost health, I guess? I don't know. Anyways, that was retro style, my friend. Sorry I went on a bit of a tangent at the end there. I hope you'll forgive me. But regardless, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. Comment down below. Comment, you know what? Comment, what your favorite Chow type is. If you made it to the end of the video, so I know you're a real one. How about that? How about that, huh? How about that? And if you don't know what a Chow is, look it up. Look at all the different Chow types. Pick which one you think looks the coolest. I don't care. My favorite is the Neutral Chaos Chow, if you're wondering. It's by far my favorite Chow. But until next time, take care and stay safe, my friends. Bye!